Pregame.com.
Believe it or not, I think we have a mismatch between a pair of #1 seeds in the Final Four. This is Brad Powers, Pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip. We're talking semifinal number 2. It is the main event. We have the #1 seeded Kansas against the #1 seeded Villanova.
But Vegas knows that the Nova #1 seed is the one of ones, and Kansas just barely snuck in as a 1.
Yeah, and I'm going to take Villanova minus the 5 here. Here's where I think there's some value. Let's just go back to Villanova's last game in the Elite Eight against a Big 12 team in Texas Tech. Villanova in that game had their worst shooting performance, not of just this season, not of the last 2, but their worst shooting performance in the last 3 years, hit only 33% of their shots, and still beat a very good Big 12 team in Texas Tech by double digits, including Villanova only going 4 out of 24 from three-point range, and they still were far superior to a Big 12 team in Texas Tech that's pretty much comparable to Kansas. If Villanova hits their shots, at least at what their averages are for the season, they'll roll over Kansas in this one. Value on Villanova minus the 5.
And Villanova, they're really good shooting threes. They're historically good, right?
Yeah, Villanova as a team, if they make 7 three-pointers in this game, and I think they will, they're going to set the NCAA record for most three-point shots made in a single season. And again, they're a team that hits well over 40% from three-point range. In fact, Fez, they have 6 players, 6 of them, that hit better than 39% from three-point range. That 4 out of 24 against Texas Tech was an aberration.
May have been an aberration, but I do have concerns.
All right.
They play in the tournament favorable venues, close to home, Pittsburgh and Boston, and they struggle in their last game in Boston. Now they got to go to the heart of Big 12 country. They got to go to a cavernous football stadium in the Alamo Dome. Any chance with might be a negative crowd here that three-point one-game slump continues in this game?
I agree. And I think they won't hit their season average of, 45% from three-point range. So instead of making 11 out of 24 or 12 out of 24, all right, maybe they only make 8. Maybe they only hit 33% of them. 8 out of 24 against Texas Tech would have meant a 20-point win over a Big 12 team. So, again, I don't expect them to hit their season average, but I also don't expect them to have their worst shooting percentage against a Kansas defense. They're not going to hit 4 out of 24.
Power ratings, how much have you upgraded each team? How far apart are they currently?
Upgraded Villanova 2 points. You got to upgrade them. They've won all 4 tournament games by double digits, covered all 4. Kansas about a point. All 4 of their games have come right near the Vegas number. Difference between the two, about 6 points, and I'll give you your half point of crowd advantage for Kansas. My pure power rating on this one says Villanova 5.5.
Your second key handicap.
Let's talk about Villanova. One area that's really improved down the stretch is their defense. Take it back 6 weeks ago. If there was a weakness on Villanova, it was their defense. Didn't even rank in the top 40 as far as efficiency. But what happened towards the end of the season? They got healthier, and that light switch turned on. Last 9 opponents, they've held 7 of them to 70 points or less, and now they're the number 13 defense in the country.
Makes sense to me. This team was cruising to a #1 seed all year long. They had a little slump in February, and I think part of that could be a lack of focus and injuries. 2 of their starters were out for some time.
Exactly, and that's another value point for Villanova. Villanova might only lost maybe 2 games this season, Fez, if they were healthy all year. They missed not 1 but 2 starters in that 6-game stretch where they went 3-3, especially Phil Booth being out 7 games. That really hurt them there. But as they got healthy, now you got fresh legs. That's why there's been better intensity on the defensive side.
Yeah, put an asterisk by that loss at home to St. John's when they only had 3 starters. I agree with this pick. Let's make it official.
Yeah, let's make this official. We're taking Villanova -5. Villanova off an outlier performance. How about their worst shooting performance in 3 seasons? And yet they still beat a very good Big 12 team by double digits in Texas Tech. They'll do the same here against Kansas. Plus, you look on the defensive side of the ball. Villanova's much improved defense down the stretch, holding 7 of their last 9 opponents to 70 points or less. Huge advantage on that side of the ball over an overrated Kansas defense. Add it all up, Villanova rolls on Saturday night and advances to the national title game. More videos at pregame.com.